I'm watching ABM Madeba, Bijum Jimedi, so no swambo, apa home, Simabe, say, Dubako, Afe, and I'll give TV to her, Edin Chashron, and Yadi Emma, one more shame from Omemoha, and Yaman, Edin Cha, Mamma, and Senefata, is answer, and a Pebiano, Una Ome Muquine, ma EPM or Udemu, say, PM 1 hour, say, officer, and I say, Usutomu, baby, no pale hair, yet I was say. Or my crime say, Yamra, Nanny, Umra, Midi, Como, and Faina, Yamai, Ghana. We need the cover. Now, anybody say over the or text messages at the brain or 1760 across network, and as a network, you be our Subiano. You back in Kama Ghana, Funa, etimi, atibi. More share our man on it, yeah, Muntimi send a text with me and send emails. A kabatmanjoonline.com and I'll be to me and send a tweet. Or Kojo Kaba, KOJOKBA, na fe yetimi atwa so. Medini sisan Kojo Asare, ba for a champion, na ode Kaba no short, na yetimi atwa so. Senior onimino, and later in the day, you are chedi ahudu pi ya buy and win promotion, ya multi TV, ya de breono, and you did the ultimate draw, brand new Brilliance Saloon car, ya chese, can fe papa, and chebi yachro. Na rubber yeah tata ho ye de ba be che free sanse wo e na ohwe multi TV na akoto multi TV ntino na no pay da wase but answer na anope ye betena se no anase film no num be si be se sabre no a lot of text messages e na aba ewo ahwefo a wo mo ehwen na ye ni ba ji se ye mfa no mra na afi mi wi a penifo ya to nsa afre wo mo no ye yi o ma kire na afi nkomo e wo na yetimi dia to aso e dia ma ye text messages amount for e de buy na also will be out the buy back in kind or say Nanaya, how are you ba for edificofobia oyoko and the buy Nanaya hoye as you can see say will be hono and hoye papa kwesi obi just so be say the NDC government is disowning Adelakwe but everybody knows that he is the NDC financier yeah that US adwumafo no ase any adwuma papa o my so much no or say please NDC what's this text message na truncate is a search our baby tijadi e betimi ato so happy birthday wishes and comma our dear son Alma Kobe Ametewi our titigu on crying we say parents and I must say mama happy birthday or say you people NDC or MPP yeah monchre so na ya only kaba mo ye NDC for na MPP for am community yeah Ghana for ye juma ne we free daddy from Bukom hey Kaba the headmistress of Sehuyo also Health Assistance Training School is urging all students to pay allegations with them so nya da mekan because headmistress you know yente ninka was asking because there's an as a ubuntentia but also yes muntia 500 Ghana cedis ansana instructional sheet yeah the amamo well I say what does John mean that he can hold a white handkerchief and jubilate that the MPP won the election but same cannot be said of the president Collins Yabwa Eddie Free Wurampon Konya in the Volta region and our day the brain or say is a Metro Mass manager going to be allowed to go scot-free? Where is the probity and accountability and all the other T's of the NDC government in the face of all this wanton dissipation of public money? Alex from Nkoko and all the brain or say, Kaba, I can see when it comes to the new super segment, I can't handle an hair briefo. You guys are doing a wonderful job. God bless you and your crew. I beg you agree from Winneba and all the brain. Nanaya, you are the Vim lady. When I see a demo, one funny dear Kaba. Adom TV, Moya dear, Senya Muchechin, some Yaniji Papa. Onuya Francis from Brody and all the brain. Or say, Kaba, majority of Ghanaians are either Christians or Muslim. We must always say the truth, especially our leaders. But I know the truth will come out. I extend my greetings to my daughter Harriet Ejenyako of Edu Jemfi Senior High School. I love you from your father Thomas J, Senior Physician Assistant Medical Assistant at Isase Bentufo Clinic. All right. And I feel say Kaba. I learned today is your off day, and you have to come to work. I think so. My child, but I remember some child, but Obi and Wante. Obed and Pedu from GOPDC Limited Kwai Estate El Kedi. And all the bread. Or say we need another one to be to me abwa ama o me to me akon ani menye era president or funny din anka ho. Kaba, why is it that these days reception of your program since Monday the reception of Adom TV has been very bad, but other programs on other channels are going on well. Dan from Asiswa. Dan ya take for the feedback. The MPP once again are demonstrating their hypocritical nature. How many times have they, the MPP, not proclaimed that the Supreme Court should declare them winners for the 2012 elections? Now, Mensa from Tepa Asante and Ode Bray and Kaba. Don't you think Afarijan is confused? He was wearing two different shoes yesterday. Hey, two different shoes. Who back on way? Never back on national. Hey. Hey, there be wow. So Andy from Kumasi, ODD president at Niadia making kind. Judges who are sitting on this case between Anado and the President Mahama must be fair. If not, Asem Kasi and Beto Omo, Rush from Dunkwa. Are you not threatening them, Rush? Lord or say to Badwam say, if a Sedun Ketia has been a pastor now, he and his prayer warriors should start praying, for himself and the NDC. Ghanaians, we are serious, Papa. We are growing EDA. Kaba, the solar energy plant in Navrongo is giving us low voltage in the Upper East. Please ask the energy minister why. Solar energy, then the voltage in the Sakakra. Mark from Boga. Jama North NDC. Catch the Omo. So many normally Ajia Amina Samba dia yebe 20 from somewhere Kokwa and Odi Free the Brain. Kaba. No sound-minded person would wish himself a failure. Fear is killing the MPP. Tamburo, Obuase, and Odi Brain. Say, why did you decide not to read the advert on the RLG in Chi? Nanaya. I didn't know one kind. I know it would chimu, and we free him for okay. Ever to us, text message Zaka and ever to us. But the Supreme Court matters. Edaswa ewo yenchain. So far proceedings and processes. And sanya asetina ne air corner. Sena a lawyer for umudi animuno air co ye ede ema omo. And it is true. And evidence here by ura chikata eti bibi kun chire Ghana for say. KPMG report, I hear a better name be a D. Ma to go back and say, hey, now report in your crying, you now, what I say, I will come on to me. It moons them to say, young call a respondents in the a NDC legal team. Kojoga Adawudu, a member of the NDC legal team. Lawyer, good morning. Lawyer Kojoga Adawudu, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Lawyer Kojoga Adawud.
No, this is Amaliva.
Oh, sorry.
Your thing wrong.
Lawyer Abraham Amaliva, good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm quite well.
Yeah, then I'm yasi. Na Bibiabo called here.
Bibiabo call.
So far, it's saying court not sitting because yeah, share, I just saying that's why the cross examination. Occasionally, from Mossad, people say no more sorry, objecting to one thing or another. It is same so far.
Well, so far, the Ocean, then your cross examination is a corner. A man to me punchy holes in the evidence of Afarijan. Okay, 705 foreign voters, double registration. What explaining and he has collapsed that one. Or say, the final register, which was given to all political parties, does not contain double registration. It was collapsed. And nanka adia ebeye problem ama issue no C1 and C3. And no the na misro papa. But once again, Afarijan came to the rescue of the issue. What says C3 no, they are not supposed to feel it, and that Oman form beyond for them to be able to fill that part. Into 10 years form no Oman call police stations. Anybody who fills that part is in error, and that was a very good explanation. Into up to now, Addison Anthony and punchy holes in the Afarijan's evidence. So on the part of young respondents, no, I'm sure we are happy about it.
Okay, say C3 and C1 no, yeah, baby, initially in the hinting and I hold now so.
Because now first, no, Addison Ebe you see trick a strategy to let Afarijan concede on the fact that C3, no, you count it as part of the votes cast in that polling station. Until 1 year, trick, no, Afarijan nearly failed for that. And me say intervention na from the lawyer, no, that made Afarijan to rethink and now got the whole thing correctly. Into Miss Rebecca Strodo, it was based on the fact that not initially he was not able to articulate his views well in terms of to explain away C3. But I'm say 1 year America crano what me edging asem, and then he was able to come back to it.
So for you, so far, Killer Bullet being free, the lead counsel for the petitioners, Addison, or won't me show or proved anything particularly?
3 days now, or 4 days. I'm sure we are going to have 50 or so, if my counting is right, on cross-examination. My name say, ABR still. Addison, yes, shadow boxing, and the real boxing will come. If not, my dream says shadow boxing, a check. Because only easy say, and don't forget that these were people, petitioners are more cafe. Afarijan, I realize she's not President John Mahama. Now, almost say, we buy no, mosquito buy no, almost say, oh, and mosquito here. So by now, I was thinking that we'll see some kind of devastating blows which will crumble the EC's case. But what I see is that any time Afarijan actually at the response ever destroy or more cases. No? So so far, many who that killer point.
I see. Or the name change. To me, hit the exact point. You know, Mama case in me I call in the affair.
Honest, so the kind of witness you have, no, a person with 20 years of experience in all these matters, no, I must be honest and to say that my learned friend on the petitioner side is not the cause. It's not a problem. Any lawyer who faces such a witness, you know, you have it very, very difficult because the experience does so one cannot put the blame on Addison. I think he's doing his best.
I see. But moving forward, even though this is just a little bit out of court, but it still has a bearing on the court case because MPP for issue statement there just say President comments or could make you NDC headquarters or 21st anniversary, you know, were prejudicial and intended to intimidate the judges. So what does your team make of it? Because I say it borders on the court proceedings, you know.
That is to say that judges don't have their own mind. And 9 judges now, President John Mahama can manipulate their thinking. if we agree on that, and once again, let me make it clear, I've not insulted the Supreme Court. I think that people take my statement and misquote them and mistreat their statement. So keep this tape for me. I've not insulted the Supreme Court. They want to say that the Supreme Court judges have no mind of their own. So when President Obama coughs, they catch cold. Those judges there know what they are doing. They are professionals. So those comments cannot affect their judgment. That's one. Two, President John Mahama, MP before, led by the petition, and already in a court. And one need GDS obe we ne case na nka by this time obe parking na nyama efi sa fie no mo Flagstaff house no mo. But and say he has confidence say obe we ne no. And until na wasa wono wo di o mo chi court no. Until so o ka say I will win the case. Why? Which of them, the three petitioners are more no, don't believe that they will win the case? Into obia kokota or what two Mr. Obeka say I'll win the case. That is not prejudicial. Unless they want to say that the judges there have no mind of their own.
How about say it will intimidate the judges?
Unless once again you want to say that President John Mahama is a monster and that in the West, then it sends shivers down the spines of everybody, including judges. President John Mahama, at the moment, is a party to a matter in court. He has every right to assure his no crime for the party, and you should consider the environment in which he was speaking. He was speaking to party men. He has every right to allay their fears, one. He has every right to also boost their confidence and tell them that, look, this case, I'm not going to lose. I'll continue to be your president. Wakasa, how is that amounting to intimidating the judges? Were the judges there? Did he issue a threat? What you should know is that this matter is both fought in the legal arena and the political arena. And so he has to give confidence to his supporters.
So the president was doing politics?
In fact, the president is a politician. There's nothing wrong with him doing politics.
I see. Do you anticipate Addison maybe in the cross-examination anytime soon?
This question could go to Yabuabi and answer Gloria Kufu, but let me guess.
My background, I asked that because in an answer to earlier question I posed here, and also as a shadow boxing, he's yet to give the killer blow. And based on that, and I say, as only as a then it presupposes to say,
second day, no. There was a strategy. And until Nkrofo Eka say, oh, I don't know, each lawyer won't protect it. Afarijan. And until now, we won't say 2 days now, the each lawyer has always been vocal. We realized that Addison was running out of questions. Into say, oh, intervene, say, oh, but yeah, objection now. You give him time to rethink and formulate and consult his team of 10 other lawyers and then fashion out new questions. Into senior na wasi kono, and the fact that you have a competent witness, no, I'm sure, say, and Chebia, say what to me, you see a necrampo area or China, dear, want to me because wow, say judges no crampo every time say, oh, this question has been asked before. This question was asked 3 days ago. You are plowing old grounds. We've already plowed this ground. We've traversed these grounds before. And based on that, or no Ankasano is running out of questions. That's my view.
I see. And Chachu gave an indication of what the KPMG report, Eka and Ra. Can you give us a little insight into sa report no nia akopiem so far.
Oh, niaba omodia tuja, which we all know is that the pink sheets have now gone from their 11,000 plus, it's now 13,000 plus. So we want to find out how come, because 11,000 plus no crampo. Yes, say we have not received up to that, and now it's 13,000 plus. So it's worse. I've heard the petitioner saying that, oh, almost I'm filing 11,000, but the report shows that you are filing more than 11,000. That is not the issue. We have never said that you have not filed 11,000. What we have said that we have not received up to 11,000. So if it is now gone to 13,000, that means the brevoire we didn't see and we weren't able to cross-examine. And if these things are in the court, and cross-examiner, and then it will be prejudicial to our case, because then the Supreme Court will be dealing with things that we have not seen and we have not cross-examined on, and that will be detrimental and fatal to us. They have to explain how from 11,000 to 13,000, and the fact that Yanya and Timmy are receiving up to 11,000. So it doesn't vindicate them at all.
Who should be doing the explanation, the petitioners or the registrar's office?
KPMG final report would indicate who should be doing the explanation. Until for now, it will be early to hold somebody accountable. Until let's wait for the final report. Whether they have actually filed, and our man survey, and I say whether more pink sheets came into the system, for us we allege, KPMG's report will indicate.
Interesting times ahead. Lawyer Abraham Amaliba, thank you. Nanope, member of the NDC's legal team, Abraham Amaliba, and Yetin Kano. Yaka say in Pennyfortnase. Na sanse ukwada ya mentalmente ya me bedfo ya mentensia wo mo ukwada no say Adam koji ma home kakra o ya na obrew aduma na edin Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports Ghana Broni ba kwa say we minister Urayami Joseph Ekanedion ahwaba
Yania.
I'm so young minister, me shall that our video so.
No crap.
And you drink one.
It does.
And I feel me I'm offer a constituency seat, you know, dear. Who decided so could be my back or has ever quite.
Oh, interest. Which party would you contest?
Independent.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, me was out to tomorrow morning. Go be Sammy out.
Now
yeah, na koye kwan no minister no ha no start lobby don call lobby friend Crawford no catch
we onye kwan
yeah
Adom bridge no
yes
me say we onye kwan o we sport one
me say catch no country ni new minister
oh minister no kura dey meet ehun
Adom bridge no omso manya Japanese
anya Adom bridge no ka o ka sutware bridge
sa
yeah na wo dey ne koso ro entiase one person who call bridge called to Gidusu. Nim person one so watch ho. Now mama Adom bridge no are redundant.
Really?
Now and who's can now present in a canon.
Oh, there be say Adom bridge.
One can say yes to bridge. That's Adom bridge there rehabilitated. Yes kana ye no contractors no site or mo ye juma. We Japan there no. Yes to bridge Japanese phone have see another bridge. Adi afetri ema yekru na ewo
so renovation of that bridge one
oh no the
government of Ghana
there be yes I know so
but I mean himself as part of the Eastern Corridor route you know so bridge in Eastern Corridor route
Eastern Corridor esutware new bridge bi o be ya na Eastern Corridor
okay actually be
say Adom bridge but if you say building another bridge I mean it's a plus to government I mean where they also wrong with
no
e be try abo na nke say new one obey no anke so mo dey ba sinchi no cut na I take it ya timi abai finkran say sa kwan
no na driving from Accra you don't need to go through Atimpoku
no esutuare pepe
na ka wafa
no wafa echire
okay Matias
no ba say be pue Wesikuma oni Wesikuma and now they are cut north now they are cut e ko ni
baba bi om dia koto no nye
enya baby o so go and I also kura no o hwa ade no kura nso ni mu tre wo ho
nti ho ye bebo kamo
sika bebre ko ho
nti na kire
say gidisu gidisu
nya NDC Rose and Highways bio
tamo no ye no
no me sa ko to nya hwe ni na Ghana
ni na Ghana de but na kire say Adom bridge na wo say hu sika na ade nyina kire o de kire be di
yo kire be di ko minister wo hai mami mi sa asem ye asem hia Ghana fo ye papa se nkrofo se ball no mu bio mu a yenya mo ntra mo ba bi na de no ye kopa mo cho are you ni Michael president Koshia na dey
well Matia no pay say manful raise concerns president ni kwan say Oshia obi a wakasa bia no well bia one tena sen and analyzing ye because the boys are also Ghanaians and everybody has the right to meet the president
na monkey dey watch na babungo chop
monkey and weke
omon kobo qualifying stages ni nyina nwi mo na mubu the drew world cup na ho na film ni glory ni one na Michael Essien ya onu oja bo afi no e kofa na aba na one position wo ba be
the fact that Obi are rescinding the decision to play for the Blasters is an automatic selection to the team a coach no and what the right to decide who plays in his team. But my young lose sight of the fact is not only Ghanaians na cancer boys in some. But so Saturday now be here Michael Essien the World Star see by Bia. I mean you appreciate why the president should intervene in getting these boys. At one point I thought to say maybe the focus was on Dede Ayew. Your Bonnie didn't say he's coming to take over from ne brother no ne uncle Ayew Kwame Ayew no. I mean Dede Ayew stadium hono was equally as NDC winning the election and nipa jubilate.
Edi asem na okay.
Dede Ayew stadium hono was the same as NDC winning ya na nipa jubilate. And it should tell you that Ghanaians no omo Ghanaians are happy to see these players come back. Michael Essien I mean players like JJ Okocha and Balak normally should under normal circumstances receive more cheers than the Michael Essien. But the bomb didn't cry say Balak onyeni pebia or bobobia. But when the day's name was mentioned, Ubia Stadium came to light. And if the president is intervening to get the passion of the nation, that is football, players are Ubia wishes say if they are in. Don't forget that we've not qualified for the how do we beat Lesotho? We'll beat them in their home yard. Then we'll come and play Zambia. For all this time, the little years here Zambia seems to be beating Ghana in almost every match and we are playing with them in Ghana here. A draw for them, that is if we beat Lesotho, which we will beat Lesotho because you know the action of my minister. I was trying to go back to go and do it. We are beating Lesotho. We don't know the game. Bompire said the game with Zambia and Sudan. Enkoye at least a draw so that you beat Nyamba. But if Zambia should also beat Sudan, now Ghana has no more draw. We are out of the competition, and people have not, taking cognizance of this fact. So we need to beat Sudan, Lesotho. Come and beat Zambia before we play the other team winning from other group. So it's not as if Ghana has just qualified. This is the stage that we need everybody, Bobo, to come and play. And this is not the first time a president is intervening in a player deciding so on the national team. Argentina, Diego Armando Maradona in 1994 World Cup in USA. The last match, I was a president Panacho and he eventually played and won the match for Argentina to qualify for the World Cup. If you sit down, you have players for one reason or the other almost more a nation, and not because they say Yaja and President Fee will be anyefi. The GFA president indicated said they will not accept the resignation of the Ayu brothers, and that is a fact. Again, Omo Tuhuanamo, which is in public domain, the minister Ayehu Anamontu Amanipa Friha Aquabontin Kwesiapia, the coach himself, were quiet to the extent that just about last 2 weeks, he went out there to meet Kevin Prince-Boateng with Suleiman Kari. All these things, the indication are that everybody in Ghana wants these boys to rescind their decision. And if they are fit to play in the team, the coach will call them. If the number one person of the nation decides, say, Ubia can be. And I use this scenario till we are saying, if I have a problem in the constituency, a honorable constituency, the first thing I do is not to pray to God. Because when you say already, honorable is there, which may then Badwam, or my DC is there, so I'll call them. But when I call in a difficult manner, the final option is for you to go inside and pray to God. Baby, every day, so one and Ghana, if we are equating somebody, be fun to say, be a problem, be a big trend anymore. It's the president. The coach has, indicated so here on boys is so mumba. The GFA or indication, the minister or indication. The final person to talk for them to say Mbokrano, it's is the president. And he has done that. And they have indicated, say, they are ready. If their services are needed, they will come and play. It's a plus for
you brothers?
For now, the brothers yesterday of Flagstaff House, Asia president, they have unconditionally rescinded their decision to play for the national team. If coach say Obafra, then Kevin Prince-Boateng has indicated, in some media, even though it's an indication. Michael Essien, from the look of things, I don't know, when you're public there, but everybody this time around feels say, if a president should call you and say, you have what it takes to play in the national team, come and play.
One key question, now quickly, me and fast sports is 73. Niame Mate. And I've spoken to some sports journalists that one reason Omujaye has to do with our team medical outfit. One munji a medical outfit in to one bar, one person do physio or doctors no bar because they don't trust our own. We are aware of that.
Not aware. Aware say I'm not aware of it. You're also speaking from speculation. What is their source? The GFA is our source. The boys are our source. Boys, they say, from the day brothers, say, they are not being used, and they think that they will have to train and get themselves fit so that when they come, they will get a first team place. That is one of the reasons why they decided to. If there are any other reasons, it's behind the scenes. Why do we talk about behind the scenes when there are on the scenes issues that we should talk about? All we know is that almost they say they've come back. Almost say they are fit enough. If we ever from Kevin and others, there are reasons why they give. There is nothing about physio or whatever. I don't know ever. But in any case, if you need somebody to play, at one point in time, the Antina Kalusha Bwala Wangu in the Zambia aircraft. He was the best player at that time. In the plane and echo. Abedi at certain points in this country. No in the plane, no there, no there. Tony Yabua at one point, Tim no koy, I'm on in the plane yet at the buy. When it gets to that stage and you have somebody that is so influential, that is so needed in the team, whatever you do to get that place in there, because they're gonna put never number one. Some no crash here, also work of Brazil.
Brazil.
If we don't qualify, how do you go to Brazil?
More young bit me be
a bit me.
Yo, Ghana for that sports in the here Ghana for you, papa. And to actually me, you know, anybody actually. Yeah, right. Kofi, sports no person can be. And now they are in Ghana sports.
Person came here, catch us in Kevin. Oh, my main Kevin, so I'm we ain't going any. Now, same way, they what person to talk. What is that for young people? To turn around now, the veterans are well being. Now, who of them who didn't say you man of 22.
offer best sports. We offer pet. So do anyway. Anyway, yeah, cover sample for you. Demotivation. Maximum. One more bread all along. Now you be almost in chess and cover for we more. Omuja abo bonaba.
Kaba mumu dear coach. Any team of a managers. No. Se one na di gantwa akoma omanpenin president. Say wo hia se ani pe ya be ka team ne ho. Na president nso etu ho anamon. Edge wo maba. Wa na say coach ni the team ne no aye say ani pe ohia wo. Na mum se nye coach no na president and I say ministers ne we ye wo mo ho a wo mo nye selectors a wo pese wo mo influence no mo impose
players on the coach.
Then we have a problem.
You need clarification ana.
Say
coach na be dwan to am so ohia san crofo no ntimu kopa omo cho.
Me pacho be brave for the coach to travel to Italy to meet Kevin Prince Boateng and talk to him so on rescinding the decision.
Again, Mourinho crash over Chelsea.
He's also going to Monaco. Monaco is buying world-class players now, and Kevin is one of the players on my target.
Chelsea to go. Mourinho so model.
The two of them cannot work together. But the said,
there's an
indication. Coach, you know. Here, Sancroftway. And now, say, one more fan, one more dream, my coach, you know. And on my penny, and so a day, maybe I could count on Marty, say, dear, or my penny, and see any idea than I say. And then found 1 2 and 3, Emma. And the baboon they chop, Emma, baboon they work, monkey they chop, no, dear, say,
yes. Embem cry.
Oh, but that's what was it, Mamma?
Then Tina was a
bum. One more bought, sir. Players say yes, you know. No more positions are no more. Amount for holding the fort all this while, and they are proving to show results. Now all of a sudden, they also have for with my bars. Uncle for no more a holding fort in those positions, you know. I feel be your matter and change.
In every football match, there's this player Bob Blasters is here, Harrison Affo. Harrison Affo played in the qualifying series to 2010 African Cup of Nations. He qualified but he was playing actively for Esperance. Even at that time, Omoji Champions League, he scored the last goal. But he played the qualifying series. Today he's come back to the team. Of course.
And actually, no be I will in this Kumasi say, Father, what was I go far? Sule didn't bear. And I think they do be so stars and only you know. Almost more influence be because we share a Premier League a year one bona. Na yen crofo no yen local team members no do baby stars no wo mu an won so wonya confi nti say idea Ghana fo nyina ye pese o mo ba na emom won so o mo so mo ye star no ya o mu nya isa ehunahuna na wo mu di hunahuna Ghana fo say ye mo ene ye mobile enti ye tiwo kakra bia na say ye kenya kakra bia ye pusu kakra bia na tire say wo ba be check from ho ebi wo hokura mo mesin ko training ni ade a na dane ntokwa mo mesin a o menya calf injury menya infa ni ade eno so edu be bia
but no we baby a so baby a
wo mo di guess ko hotel what time so mo ade be chi no no mo she hotel
members of parliament pra say to da mo yes say na da kwa ye chi ni say omutimi jai parliamentary proceedings to just go and because you actually omunipa baako. I mean it happens at the one point.
But edu baby ah once wo nya yi man na we run ya doso. Enti saka coach is no ni ade no. So mu hurehura na wan fa wo mo so antimi anye amfa nkwara no bi anko jeni mo a. Na ke etwen se wo mo nsu ntonti wie no wo beba no. Na kire se na bibia pasca. Enti eduru ho a wo mo hwe but then kwasi kaba a two-way affair. nti very delicate yes
ye ni ye mo an ye nyina ye pe say ye ni be qualify for Brazil e na ehun ya
sa say be awon so betimi akobi
oh Brazil on say South Africa duru ho no wo mo ka kire me so kaba o de ya na ye busy o ye adwuma nti o de tena fie say ye nyina be kobi na ya say be ji leave akọ all right abusia for Brian ko minister yenko nsensem court nsensemi ene MPP some president some ko kan say so so hunhun judge for ni ade ade na mgo so hunhun judge for san MPP for some person moyo
oh already yeah say pikasem no mo kasem mo say eti anyonko ho a Netuaduam. So, fit very well with the MPP. Very, very well. But because MPP, they be a koye ma yeah. Mekai say, Abraham Abamuno. When the EC decided to create 30 additional constituencies, eventually they became spokespersons for the EC. The current president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, then the communication director for the NDC, and make a statement. Yes, say, one tiasia, Papa Court. The MPP insisted, say it was right, say, EC no be create constituencies. They create. Omu free abamu. EC krono omu any speaking ma omu no. So we create additional constituencies. MPP money ya bwen yantiase.
And I'm also be a spokesperson for the EC.
You see, why should you see it good? So then you see it bad when you are not there. Free home then in some to us, Kaba, let us ask ourselves this question: say, are the MPP justified to say president say court case in there? Yeah, when you are they justified to say that intimidation? I'm surprised. Obi a can say him because him fan what is MPP ni and we are busa honorable say court case no be lusu ana neti asmo be catch. Would he say no? Even the fake evidence no mo dia ko ni na chiro mo say betimi amoma wen.
Evidence in fake.
Oh, and from 11,000 to 13,000 down to a big box here 31, a big box here 24, and a 23.
I didn't fake.
Because evidence na ekura na yehu adwuma. I mean, bibi anim.
It is so me nya atwon for sa na
president. President, he is the leader of the National Democratic Congress. That is NDC, as per your constitution.
But he is the president of Ghana.
Forget about the president. He became a president out of a party. He didn't come to become a president out of a vacuum. Or free party be, and that is why MPP phone now are throwing their weight behind another Danko Akufo-Addo. But it's not the MPP that is in court.
Oh, but whom you say technically it's the MPP that's in court.
Even though
legally no,
but ask them
group and answer citizens in
see these three petitioners are in court in their capacities as individuals.
Legally. But who knew say unim so mo Alisa Hotel koye national executive meeting of a former president Kufuor, all former flag bearers. One is one pencil. President Kufuor na kasa so pencil. Me na kasa da mo so pencil.
I mean you sure say by na ka
man say pencil anko be no a be kan say o one pencil. Am wo nyina agi tumu mo ebe ye ho press conference. Enti emra na akire say citizens no mu yi o mu yensa so mu ko gina o man.
That's right. Enti emra in our party states that His Excellency the President is the leader of our party. And June the 10th, NDC, 21 years. I mean, 21 years is not a mean achievement. So, when you do 21 years, it means that you've enjoyed life with Obano to that stage. How many people? In 1992, political parties are formed. Where General Eskin's party was formed.
PHP.
Comrade Dako's party
NCP.
was formed. I mean, parties be free. And no money now, they've all died out. A big buyer be drew a stage. Omuni now so die off. If you have a political party, you have formed on what now, while winning power. This is the fifth time, the fourth time, or no, a friend saying, you should be happy. I'm proud to
use you as an excuse because this was a man who, yes, is a leader of the NDC, who, yes, was speaking at the 21st anniversary. But this is also a man who has executive powers of a president. Now, President Kasa, you see your checks and balances and separation of powers. But you has executive presidency, to me, I want to. Okasa. Even though
you see, in everything that we do, there are advantages. And until Zambia for neighbor Ghana, look at taking them to Kumasi's posted, and I say Lesotho, but I don't go Kumasi's posted. Because Kumasi's posted you get the people to come and cheer the team. But what the Noko baby are Nipan cheer team now. I mean the motivation of the players echo from Kakra. So if there are advantages, say President Kasa Ebebuano in winning the case, why not? One thing in Olusu case. He should do that. Will Nanado Dango Agufo do that? Will Nanado sit here on your TV and say, or not the assembly or court into a jama judges and say Omun and Omun ruling, and he will never say he has the conviction that he has enough evidence to win the case.
He has
said it before. Oh, my friend.
He has not made a public comment about it.
Nanado was in Kumasi to meet Tescom people in Kumasi and assure them that he was winning the court case. I mean, don't let us. I mean, anything I'm saying, if you are not going to, and MPP are being hypocritical. You see, number one, Omo party, it's not being well functioned now because of court case. Into the slightest opportunity for them to be heard, and they say, because what the president said here, haven't you heard Sir John, the general secretary of the MPP? Making it categorical, say they are winning. He's not a petitioner. They are winning. He's not what?
He's not a petitioner.
He's the general secretary of the party that you say is in court. He's the general secretary, the administrator of the party, the chairman of the party is in court. Have you ever heard them say so? Case, no? Have you ever heard them say a court case in Tiankanwaso? Is Boabina Samoa, my very good friend, in the general secretary position of the party, no? Is he not talking about this court case? Have you ever heard him? What they say about now President now address NDC and you're 21 years. You say that the president should go and just sit down and say especially when he has won the election without any interference.
With all these errors?
Is the president an EC officer? President, also an EC officer. Errors, is it the first time the MPP has seen? You see, too, in 2008, Unimashanti region, as at 12 o'clock, now the then chairman of the NDC, that is Ambassador Ohina Ajikum, will issue a statement to say NDC agent beyond free polling station.
Adenti.
Ye bubinum, ye kubidum. Me, the parliamentary candidate was arrested just because I'm monitoring election.
NPP for some examples in the voter.
I'm not talking about voter. Me sure so honorable can talk about voter. You will talk about Eastern region, the constituency. I am talking about my region and my constituency. And I'm saying that say if Nana Danko Akufo-Addo the MPP, are justified in going to court now? Nanka omu can be before 2008 elections, then I will say that indeed they think about Ghana.
The reason is that
but the reason is that in 2008, Obiaya and Edia Dancy and Nanado is aware the violations are a cause in Ashanti region for him to have gotten that vote to get to 47%. So if indeed irregularities, manipulation of electoral officers, even though he lost the 2008 election, he should have come publicly to say what went on in Ashanti region was not good for our democracy and our elections. When you play a football match, referee give penalty 3, na am one lose match, you don't petition. You've won the match. You're here I'm here lose, and so we'll throw it behind us and go forward. Now, when you manipulate and you win in 2004. I told you, I'm honorable tonight.
They manipulated the elections?
In 2004, I'm talking as a parliamentary candidate of the NDC in Kwadaso. In 2004, you do polling station where I see ballot papers as I could give you a free the next polling station. Can you imagine this? And it happened under MBB administration. Ballot paper, no, a bad polling station where it comes in excess of 10% of the total register. And no polling station will vote up to 100%. So under no circumstances will even the total register no, at the end. But it happens in Ashanti region. Na booklet it means money and you tell you. And if we be a person or Kasapani share whether there are manipulations or what in the electoral system, we should go back and look at the 2004-2008. But I'm saying that Abana Ayato, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, may be the coordinator of the campaign in Ashanti region as the regional secretary. Yeah, campaign. And a candidate that was easily bought by Nipana Yokotona Mano. And he won the elections without any manipulations. And that is why he's the president. He continued to be the president. Well, people can waste their time in court, but the end, I mean, with the evidence available to us, with the we don't see anything different by a second victory for John Dramani Mahama in the NDC.
You go so Badwam Adom TV na make access in American canon and you want HDP the better with that ultimate price of a brilliant brand new saloon car. You see about you be yachro car in ye free ni hiansa auto multi TV. Now text say usiria number about 1756. You better free and ya no pay ya Zanma Soriako. You better inti Kosoana time so na ye dear no ede abrel. O text messages 1760 and afi email kabatmajohn9.com. Happy birthday and come uncle ato ahoy. Your birthday, my happy birthday. Obrimpo anoche. Also channel manager Ricky anoche. Nemba. Also wedding film you know. Also my happy birthday. Kofi. Me entie when yes momu ye nyatomfo papa. Ade a moye bi obi koye bia. Mwatwuma no ba be kasa. Ade na moteza.
Kaba nyatom no de metifri wa no.
Okay, I see you are being hypocritical.
Okay. Kaba, no, I'm saying my casa bebre na me fan politics in Tunche. Me call real issues. One, President John Dramani Mahama. Me or madam. But New York kind no ma and pay.
Edian okay.
Say we win elections no clean or catch them. Unim so Nwara president. Iko jina oko Ethiopia next at oko BBC interviews. Oko can say Supreme Court it make a decision. Say on sifema obesi fem. He made it. And no na say as a president no. O bibi iko anko wa fem na say wo person wo mind nyina come together as a peaceful nation na untimi create situation na after the outcome of a decision which does not go your favor na what do edin tokwa beba on mining
and the assembly no account to that effect.
One nia okan no e wo ho no e dey share ebinum a wo mo support won no say ye president abeka say Supreme Court kono de wedi nkunim no ewie say obe winni we winni cleanly elections no and any outcome but and don't forget that there are 9 judges and Amaliba Kachira was a judges no they are independent, they have their own mind, and then when John Mahama coughs now they don't catch a cold. And if they don't catch a cold and they make a decision which goes against President Mahama no so aka we no actually ne chitai for no, what do you think is going to come? They will resist it. Now just said then at the beba at the tokwa na say went in the beba o man him.
So musuma can be paying.
Ya can be one.
Company for ni bia ka say court case we won't be doing
for by one original case nanado dankwa petitioner on Candy.
One example so
no
I cannot independently verify.
Exactly. And so let's not enter make chance enter me I say no politics no there me the better chain. Me get you onto the issue. No kind so in legal parlance, it is attempting to pervert the course of justice.
Really?
Yes. Yes, serious. And President, dear, maybe you cannot take him, but Felix Ofosu Kwate, he has to be very careful. Oh. Very, very careful, because court ibu asemwa. You don't come in and conclude the decision about court.
Wow.
Openly. It is called attempting to pervert the course of justice.
No, but what way chenchama ojina kwamunda ewa hefa. Na se mo kan ade wono wo tumi so betimi aka kire judges ne se ene Moses na medimi kwa betwa. Labi na se mo kan bo ne be
no maintain asem no kan say wo ma win cleanly. Now what does that mean? When
the life say you will lose the case.
When the matter is being heard by judiciary, which is independent of the executive arm of government. What do you people think we are doing in this country? There are three arms of government: the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive. They are three separate organs. Now, listen. In fact, Edu baby as a journalist near ye, mob distance in saying, but what is in your mind? Some play a ground be a yedi diagrobi. It is ridiculous.
I didn't ridiculous.
Say, question
with overwhelming and Akumi has told me severally with evidence or more it is a mountain. This is Moody Sophie, Moody Sophie. Sophie. Mountain Kilimanjaro.
Let me tell you something. So Obi make sweeping statement. Those sweeping statements are just swept aside.
Hey, communication director.
Listen, I'm not. I wasn't there when Nana.
I am telling you, you told me. I have record to prove.
You and I were not there.
For me, no. You can make it all hearsay.
It is not hearsay.
Listen. I'm not part of it. What I can tell you is that at the end of the day, the 9 judges, will determine the outcome of this petition here, based on the evidence before them. Until then, right? Niebe is speculative.
But before me, a lawyer teach mu. Niaya ye kanu abontino. It will influence be on court case. What's going on, Anna?
The only influence I ever judges and intimidation. Is remember we have a historical antecedent. Say 3 judges and
82 as now okay.
82. Where certain judges made certain pronouncements and decisions, Court Supreme Court one more bust. Ebobo. Eya bakosem dia. Ne kan ye kana. Ohonomo as a nation, we've gone through certain trials and tribulations in the past. I was say yenchi ebinum adwene inkosi 1982.
Is that your suggesting?
That is, I'm just repeating a history. Say, niya waka no osuro sonson. Enti se du baby na se ukuta tumi no, like you said, the executive arm of government comes out with certain pronouncements. NASA pronouncement and it has a historical reference where it is alleged say the executive arm of government meted out certain atrocity on a human right violation on the judiciary. Now it is a very serious
a military executive.
Today
we have democracy.
I'm glad
we have come a long way since 92.
I'm glad.
Do you think what Jim Mooney said? You see, a judge will be killed for making one decision or another.
You see, the antecedent, actually say, we say military, but one military regime transformed into a political party. Listen, please. I can give you
the key actors have changed.
Please. The value is the same. And look, I'm not saying say it is going to happen in this AU, but there's a veil line, a thin line there. And we have to be very careful in what we say. I would have preferred say president, would not have even blazed that trail. I would have preferred the president and come kosa path for the show. because that path is a very tricky path. And that is where people have drawn the reasonable inference from the pronouncement, 21st anniversary of the NDC.
People from where?
Not 21st NDC.
People from where?
NDC, no. Edit 21 years. If we infant a buy, every PNDC in a buy. NDC, every PNDC. Judges say, time, no. It's what then time. What are you talking about? Kaba, me, I would have preferred President Mahama. He's a fine gentleman. He's my friend. Right? But certain things were wow. I personally, Michelle America's president, this one, I wish you hadn't said it. Because what can baby say? The Supreme Court here decision now call favor. You step aside. That is statesman. Or can I say, I agree with him. But to go and say, oh, where we near the end, it presupposes, say, it doesn't matter the outcome of what the judges will say, what they were winning. And that one, yet dangerous. It can bring tribal, or it can bring a civil war in this country. It has the potentiality to bring civil war. Of Nakaba, Waka say, what the idea where we need it clean. Now judges never can say where we need it clean. Then what do you think is going to happen? What is going to happen? It means that you are sowing a body who chire. Shall be trim. And no mamudia am why. And to me, mamudia, I'm not saying say president has no right, but on one hand, what can be bino? Once I don't know what can be bino, that is more hypocritical than what he said. And lamine kanyachum. This epitomizes hypocrisy. Say on one hand, what's your media Supreme Court no mijiwomudi. Womuna ya arrangement, constitutional arrangement. One what to me. Say, one betimi aka say, oh, ya buyasem no, a president where we need. Say, president where we need step. Or best step. I feel the ban saying, and a one buyasem ni ye, na president ko tira baby, and the party, the tita for, and him catch on say, media, idea no, me fan clean. Enti, and ya ubi bebe kase, man fan clean. What do you mean? What does it mean, Kaba? What I mean, what does it mean? So and yet say we send a message coded cryptic message. Edi kwakoma odi ko hyenkrofo tiri mu say chala de no de you may find clean o enti obi enti me megina on ka say men wini. Meanwhile you the same person what can baby say what's mean si fan mesi fe. Where is this taking?
I mean nti mo pesa mo de ekwa hen eno ne question am pesa
mo president a grantee interview to BBC. And the specific question was that Supreme Court rule, would you accept it? And Kawan can say it is totally different from he addressing NDC on our birthday. A totally different issues.
But it is the same person who is speaking.
Yes, because Bakone there is a direct question to him. And the way there, it is a speech to his party. That is exactly what. So that is what the Asana Kumam say. So oh, I'm surprised. It's another you see, Nanado so Nanado Danko Kufuado can with Obejia to Unim so Omako to Kumasi to organize a failed demonstration.
Really?
Oh, now when demonstration now demonstration on Nipa 500 in a buy the whole Ashanti region. And that is why
before demonstration.
When we can count them 500.
500.
I mean, baby omuye, you know, a friend is saying. Baby omuye, omko coach Asia, you know. Park no, Nipa 1,000 crackers when ye. And a honor mukwe, Nipa half cry. But I'm saying that all this time, let my vote count near them. Is it trying to prepare the minds of the MPP not to accept the results? Sana honorable Bezo Gachirayana say, let my vote count. A Nipa or Mosi vote to come petition or more polling station count. Is that it? You see, I don't know if person can say MPP for you always want to go and give the confidence to the people somebody will report it. Even when you don't. Me, to me, you see, I think that.
No.
I think that.
Let my vote count.
Let my vote count for no come if you say
serious.
Say John, platform to be. Say John, platform to be.
President, no. Say president, no.
But you see, Kaba, the kakra me what with MPP say. They try to equate Nanado to His Excellency John Mahama.
And they were both candidates.
I mean, to say it's an Nanado in the Kaya and as a president in the Kaya. I mean, you don't bring Nanado close to the president. They are two different individuals. We are talking about the number one person of the state. Nanado cannot even be number 3 of the state in terms of state protocol. Maybe a 100 person in Ghana. And you want to equate the two.
Wait,
I mean, it's you, but I'm saying that, say, if number one person, the protocol as he's saying, one ferry, say, Mode Kokra Besi, Ubi Maswa.
Say, Kokra man ferry, so Ubisu,
Yam ferry, Modi Dipana Kojina court. He is part of the court process. Who now wouldn't call court in the ultimate TV, ni radio, so I justify why you are in court and why you win. Or no, dear, he shouldn't talk because he's the president. If you know he's the president, don't send him to court. I mean, all these things are clear. I mean, Ghana for, and that is why I've said, I'm expecting Asofo to have spoken on this matter.
Asofo Ben and Kasa.
Asofo no,
and I want more judges. Why should they talk?
Asofo no more judges no more 45 constituencies no one.
No, they said no.
One can just say Buso no. Who told you?
Then why do you want the clergy?
Yes, because the MPP are wasting Ghanaians' time.
Their president said about Ghana's democracy.
It is helping Ghana's democracy because Obiaba Betia Sia whom they say MPP for are just, I mean, hallucinating. Victory, no, because they don't understand why His Excellency John Mahama should use 3 months to win an election when Nanado has marketed himself for almost about 6 years.
6 years, they say. Congress.
A flag bearer in 2006. He eventually had it in 2007 and contested in 2008. From 2009, he nurtured the ambition to lead it. 2010, he was given the platform. 2011, he campaigned. 2012, John Mahama beat him in 3 months.
Not only Nina boom.
Nina was a boom. A clear sign. I mean,
Kofi, any fancy and Mamma correct. Yes, I had crown and the questions are some.
Mamma correct erroneous impression. Yeah, I know, yes. One else, what I will say, President Mahama and Nanado at one point in time, no Munina wore the same pedestals.
Members of Parliament.
No. Now, in fact, no, there be one more candidates for presidency.
But he was the president.
No. Oh, but it came to a point we are president or president, a presidency that come to an end.
But you contested as an incumbent MP
hold on.
Against Unipafo.
Hold on.
And even though you were candidate...
And so you're president, you're swearing in at a certain point. And you're continuous presidency.
So he was still the president.
And Sanka would declare Nanado, sa declaration Afrejan Yeno. Sanka Antochima. And now ono ye president yan challenge yan challenge president yan challenge Atochima because we are in the Supreme Court waiting. No, I did I say that? It is in the Supreme Court for determination.
Because
it is in the Supreme Court for determination until such time. No, until such
because it would have gone to your favor.
I say Atochima.
It means say there's a question mark.
It means that you don't have to say it. I was also say the case now, but if it says Atochima, it means I didn't go in your favor until Atochima.
According to the petition,
and you want it to go in your favor, they are
according to according to the petitioners, and you all can say. The president, you can't rank in Nanado 100 in the idea.
So
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in the sense that one, Nanado na owohono. say ochina court ni rule say declaration no it was not done properly according to law.
That's your
President
dream.
Mahama will step aside and Nana Addo will become the number one person. And the challenge here, there is a vacuum. Until such time, say, court no a power to determine electoral issues here, constitution and my power no. We cannot say no any competing only stand.
But if someone can say that there's a vacuum. The vacuum where?
There's a vacuum in the sense say the young election near no declaration no. It is
there is no vacuum.
There's under charge.
There is no vacuum. You know there's no vacuum.
What do you mean?
But the constitution says even whilst you pursue Mukota as
yes,
the president must continue without prejudice to what is happening in the court case.
I'm not saying there's a vacuum in the sense that near President
no vacuum when I come as
vacuum na make can say the election is questionable. President Mahama presidency at this point in time is questionable. It doesn't mean say decisions will be taken and legal.
Yo, Mate, 22 minutes past 8. Gusaya will be jam. Now, I'm passing Addison. The question answer.
Kaba, you see, oh, yeah, lawyer. And I mean, when the parkour the share with triple say the question say Addison question answer. And on bisa question.
There's no repeated questions. My judges let's to go back at but this one you have asked before.
You know.
This one you have asked before.
You know, where you have an evasive witness, okay, and a witness who is not, who does not want to answer. On your street. Listen to, Chachuchi Kata too. He had a similar. He had a similar problem. Atuguba is a Nankobia, why a law lecturer or the lawyer at the age of 1921. Why a Ghana celebrated a brilliant whiskey. Now, why ya could defend on one they are called a infa prisoners why exonerating a home? No, so no, yeah, we sound the same question. If you talk about Chachu Chikata and Addison, Chachu is a senior more than Addison. Yet, they obviously repeated questions. But after the repeated question, Dr. Baumia sat in the witness box for over 5 days.
13 days.
In addition to the repetition, until so ordinary, no crano. So if Addison Addison who say why extracting evidence now no support no here free for the and it is coming. Look at what happened yesterday. It got to a time where the judges themselves were so incensed by Afarijan and manipulations, winding and weaving near the end. I will be sano questions on the C1 and C3 near the ocean near Kosona. Massa, he is a witness or evasive. And so, if you want clarity and certainty inside you to determine an outcome, you need to take your time with a witness like that. Because witness no can who repeat sometimes or 3 or 4 different answers. So on the same question, and at the end of the day, who aggregating in now, who no say who the lawyers no they will sum up.
That is on your credible.
Precisely, and you repeat the question now, and you say be a repeat it because we are short to questions so, but or repeat it to show say the same person now all my answers with the same repeated questions giving about 2 answers. Precisely. And in certain times, be repeated question and a witness obisa question now cross examiner. Don't make the mistake say a repeated question so it will give you guarantee you the same answers. It may not necessarily guarantee you the same answers. So if it comes with different answers, you see now only pano the same question maybe say twice. He came out precisely.
I see.
And that's
Kabana said there, and the honorable member who said they were not justified in criticizing Chachu Chikata.
Oh well.
So now
I mean, repeat the question. I answer be now painting repeat question. And now not Chachu yes, I didn't. I mean, you see, Patron. Oh, some make say MPP. The hypocrisy is too much. And court case we Magana for who really the MPP are. Etua onyonko ho a etua dem. Kaba na wonim lucky do be born you be say. Have you ever seen a dream walking before?
Sometimes dreams walk.
Have you ever seen a dream talking before?
What
sometimes dream walk.
What you say are dreaming.
What you say laughing? And they not dreaming. Guy is in bed.
Yeah.
Okay. 26 past 8 o'clock. You saw Belgium. And the live draw na the bebrel na ya chacha ni epi or multi TV atoy. Me wa ko jin kraton so check but ma me emails and text messages am for there ba. Kaba Kofi Sami tell him that Sir John MPP from before. One can be brave, so be winning. No be something to talk about Ghana had Emma so net or fire from Hohoi. Kaba, I still remind you about the street lights from Atimpoku to Akusumo. A quite no light to be any so. Kofi,
Akusuma be see Manguase.
Are you
Atimpoku? I think it's light bulbs and
or says he be or Henneba. And all the brain come out. Also, it's because of the World Cup and the big taxpayers' money. They will get that's why they are coming. It is not for the love of the nation. Okay, I knew about football. Come minister there. Ya Badwam ne dosi fire bend them or omba be piskako. Kaba Yamin want to say the MPP are the petitioner. That is why he is saying that Sir John is the general secretary, the MP of the MPP. He should stop saying that. A CEO from Minsuta. And all the brain, Suta Tunsu. Kaba, wow, Yamin, a minister is a true statesman. Kaba, how come the MPP can say they win the court case, but Yedi Ekokambia, almost a hypocrite. NS Kofi, Ban, a different chim, the brain. Kaba, if the NDC is making comparison from 2004 to 2008, then what is he saying? That they also did the same thing in 2012? Yeah, here or more. Kaba Yamin is telling Ghana that MPP manipulated the 2004 election. Then they also did the same 2012. Kaba, I would like you to ask our president to come to our aid about the construction of the Nsokwa Tyne District Road, especially Brody, Diadaso, Nsoko. Yes, a quaning your cry. Nsoko. Or say Nsoko. Or say quaning ye. Kaba, is Yamin a minister or a politician? Wonka and Chire Ghana for also a both. Kaba, this propaganda NDC man. And them crying out in the bay. And some okay now propaganda. Mommy from Tadi and all the other praying. Kaba, Honorable Yamin, Mamma, Rafiu, a presiding member, a Ijra, or so chiao. When the going gets tough, we need to get tough too. Dede, Asian and Sule. Must be there Atia Katariga Tamale and all the free the brain and also it is Sunyai Dayu brothers or Muhia but Kevin the minister Mam Kofane ma come please honorable Yami said why for ye papa and in the offense ya on cano cre I said your cano in go ye Bibi from Akutia it's almost 8:30 our Adom TV Belgium you go so I and some are cost way memoha or text messages are so over the 1760 email kabatmanjoonline.com. Yeah, the live draw of them buy and win multi-TV buy win promotion. Yeah, the bebrel NTBR. But you see, I need a home member. The uncle Pinsu Hakra no member. Now, in fact, last bit of the show, and family Nafi, in fact, multi-TV draw no, and fan to us some man. To I cried, yeah, then crack to Sima, your basia. Yeah, that's why that was so good. So I do a video na to Adom TV. Belgium na ugusa ya ohe. Midini kaba. Menano penny fire no more time. Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports. The ma or my Ghana ora Yami Joseph Ekanidin ho. And I fe Kofi Sami a member of Parliament. The ma Esu Jaman constituency. Ewo MPPD. He's a former Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry. Eti anope sani edi kaya kano. Multi-TV draw, buy and win promotion, baso and chibia. You have a lot of prizes. You have a amount for multi-TV. Na, you have programming, quality programming papa to say now he bedroom to say AM show to say PM Express to say our sem to say programs be and the amount eti wa obenya car no na still trinkwa vroom now this thing car mo no entity ho rubber cra fridges ahodo any microwave ovens in home corner by chemebo ho amane na yetimi atoaso but the entoaso na ye we mam hear text messages amount for the by chiri ya na fe yemfa nu free na because am say ho entokwa akun so da so ho ya hands off obu afu ye papa say o makotua bribe de ama DC enso so DC say sikano homuntu areva man. Text messages, I was glad when they said unto me, let us join the apostles to preach the message of the power soccer. Many ami who pass answer me ya wakafa ye nkrofa ye kwakofo ma be na nso so kwahinia. We free him for another boache. Okay, we from Gabi from BBNE. Can I remind the authorities of the University of Education Winneba at the distance department to give their certificate to us? Yeah, Washanti region, Ibizabre, or Monfa MIA. Nana Boache writes, can I please remind my friend Yami, so more methanol and car and some Sebu and Yanokre. Nanado has never met with TESCOM members since the petition began. What Nanado has said is responsibly voicing out that he will accept the verdict of the Supreme Court. The president should be responsible in his comment. Nana Boache. MPP Koni ban or they buy. I mean, also, you know, President Abishia. Sorry, Nanado Abishia, Ubiasa.
No, cover.
Mistake the hay. So, man, on the
come on, Musu, one off.
Maka.
Ah, okay.
I didn't say your president back.
His Excellency John Dramani.
We have only one president. I don't intend to say we have two.
Nanado Dina, so Ubo president is a fun. Obey me the aspirant.
Okay. I mean, asante mantem wo boase ne important that I'm saying because of I know I'm called boase e kwa ho nyina ye tutu ho nyina but as I say I think a ministerial committee wo mo adwuma flash it out wo mo ya wo mo any licenses to operate from the Minerals Commission ni ade but yes kwa mo fa so mo ye no e too brutal almost shishing California money ade any mandate our president the ma omo
me da sikaba so tie the minister for
Alhaji Inusa was stating it clearly said that is not the mandate. I mean you can't just say konokoshi obi and somebody may be operating illegally but kaba so do honoma I just say odo car na woko insurance ewa police nino he has number one right say obeka cho say konako renew no branch say next time we twem ha mecho and I say ignorant of the law they say is no excuse nti ho I say macho na me do ye den na me do eko ho na ya na police no ochewa ebi tika no obi do obekwa ko do station ho street obi wo so akwan no so a na wa say say ma mechanics kana me sanko duty post but yes police na at his own discretion but say the mrana mawa you una was how to use it so that in the munyambeba ade na wo ye no eso but the typical of a Ghanaian yamano to me biano he tends to abuse it se nipa no ukọ na ne nyoma ne papers enya you confiscate all these assets you confiscate I mean district assemblies ni bi honoma they just need an excavator. Keke. They are taking got a money. Yeah. District assembly need niska. And if Obi through illegal way, etimia acquire an excavator, why do you ban it? Why don't you confiscate it? Go and put at the district assembly. That district assembly ninya day. Maybe for nipakonde punishment, you know, before obekwa kwa any papers. Obebano. Near usual yamfaswa for the state. I'm not sure the president said so be concussion obi anyoma. I'm not sure the president gave them that right to say okwa kobubu obi asum because as a policeman as a military man say uko baby a utuo na ekura no nko is scary enough say nobody wants to play with you because when you cover a tool handling a gun different from aiming at your target a tool dey obi abitimi asum so anybody can hold a gun
but in your obian bit me at all. Especially if they give you an AK-47 for now. Ne kurawa. I better say they did you another. You could protect yourself better than AK-47 because you have to clock the rifle before it fires. Now you know how to clock it. And it so corner your police with all these gadgets near there. Why do you have to abuse it to go to the extent of destroying people's property? Again, they will destroy. No? If you go to a site, now stop Nipanwa. Cover. You may be looking for licensing of drivers. So you stop every car. But until you pick the license, you who's a driver, no, he is driving illegally or driving legally. So, you have time for Nipano to stand. You check the license. You're correct. I also go ahead and you're correct. Now, because now I'm saying, check it. Drivers, this time will be a use fake driving license in T. Be a best stop. I will stop now. You don't ask of the driving there. You know, as a packet into Vanco police station. Now you end up, wasting people are more legally right to drive their time and things. And I know now, a problem about between Hanson and
Hanson for the bribe.
The committee
70,000 Ghana.
They say DC be Ababe this guy then a free and they've given it to the DC. Hannah Mayer so happy with the minister saying, say, bring your evidence. Because it's not just a matter of talking, because DC is so about one thing, about the cancer one day. And definitely, I'm not sure. Odisika over 700 million old Ghana cedi, 70,000 new Ghana cedi. What the best will be just like that without any evidence. And so, Omo alleged, I'm sure they have something to stand on to say, Omo they are the man. And under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama administration, you don't do that and go scot-free. And it's the minister na fresh for evidence in the Enfambra. Evidence of burning of a Mitier Hanson, Ben. Me mate, school. I know him very well.
Oh, okay.
Prempeh College. And I mean him very well. We are very good friends. Mitier no Adom program so. And he was weeping. Weeping because the equipment in Nayade. But he was speaking on Adom FM. How true is the story now? Or can the minister is saying it's unfair evidence? If it is so, whoever executed Sir Adiano, if it's not in the mandate of Sir Tim Nekohono to do it, the person will be brought to book. Until for now, I think that I will say a plus to the response of the minister and urge Hanson mining. Say, will be unfair. And let us see the outcome.
Equally liable now because you have bribe was against them.
But say two things. I mean, it depends on your friend is saying the discussion, the call between and I say so let them go. Let us enforce Hanson say Omunko to the minister and give all they have to let us get to the final decision.
Very well. Kofi.
I think excessive executive power one, if somebody commits an offense, right, you must bring the person to the appropriate body power to deal with them. Now, as a task force for they have no power to go in, enforce the law, and then mete out punishment. Only to me, capre, I will be the aqua mete out punishment. Punishment is for the judiciary. And to breaking law, you hand them over to the judiciary. Say, one confiscate, as to whether state be forfeit or my order should not
come from a court.
Precisely of competent jurisdiction. And the minister sa papa na de no be kan on TV so no. Right? Me papa na Hanson nipa no two issues. First was wa bribe. If it is true say wa ma DC ni bribe, na DC na je and wa man permission. Say onko ye adwuma no. Na all ye adwuma no ababa task force ma fta mo asan aba abehia, then there's an issue. There's no patch. Let's say he had a permit, although clandestine, a permit, you know. Secondly, no, Marco sister Niyama, money to me some so he should begin to take civil action against the state, against the task force, against the state, and that one will be dealt with. Enti, and I mean, you say, Wako be machine. Now you are coming to profit out of a say one fancy assembly, na fanko ye juma. I know there.
Say illegally, no, so.
Master,
there's evidence to prove say.
Only to me.
I have not said so.
Only to me, say.
I am.
Yakwako fadi and wako fa and no krano. You have to make sure so be born by. Said near court to Becano. So see confiscate name a state asset. Then walk to me say a state asset there. Next let's say would I know there ya wodia wait my own bibia. But so say answer way a year bus of I
was just condemning the banning of
the
items. And I say if you even want to punish Nipano for illegally doing business, one of the punishment could be that you confiscate the item so that the state will get.
I don't know any task force, no.
Oh, of course, but
confiscating. Now I don't know what confiscating as a back to the state's coffers. But they say near my no say confiscate na woni kwan ya state no yen taxpayers no yen never bet your cow near my yakwachi. It's going to be a judgment debt. Beto Ghana for so. Ente ya, se president Mamo to me be a national Mamo se munko ye jume bia. Mamo nye gang ho. Na mo mfamo 2 minutes shem se munko nko say microphone ma. Adenti.
Well, Adenti, happy birthday once again from my uncle Atwa Hoy and your birthday and then David
what boss say atwa where NDC
any birthday.
Oh, okay. And
second time I'm making you ask my boss. And then happy birthday in Koma David France and your birthday. We are with EcoBank to do branch and your birthday. And then we free him for another birthday. Him from Alex Ochre also and your birthday. And I feel Regina Ama Miracle ya wo Michelle Camp also and your birthday from European son or Nkoko also or wish you birthday. And I feel Eric December. December, sorry. Eric Ezemba also and your birthday. Yeah, emails are by Nafi, yes, a bit me for phone calls quickly. Now, yet me sorry, na yeah, the multi TV draw no Eddie Abrewa. We free him for quickly. I find him for this year. All right. Oh, be a fabre and Chibia, Baba, sorry, so I don't know. Now, announce the phone lines and Nafi is so no. Yet to me, Yako, Ako, for promotions from Kwa, the Brew, no. And then the ultimate prize draw day. The Brilliance brand new saloon car the barber chair Ghana for omo ehwe multi TV na omo koto multi TV ni bi omo amatobi na omo ehwe no de omo nim se ye wazoyi ampa ye wazoyi papa niema ye o TV ni so no doson programming amanfo say nka mo free to dia na nka nyeze nka ni amanfo be pem so papa your emails any text messages we free him fa say me net no person ye until the enfa phone calls ebra ye transfer be load 030221170 221170 221703 221704 the numbers are ye the adwuma ora yamin Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports and can sports so kakra nti opa say no so kan ho asema obetimi a kire wadwen e wo ho na afi nsema aka ye nkonzima ye nua wa homa no so ye mo achi. Hello.
Morning.
Good morning. Nyame Adom ho ye ho ye mieti o.
Me gamse no wase.
Oh, galamse ho asem na apeso kan mieti o.
Am passion. Wait. Wait, Mr. Abane do I am there. E bin ka so support to. Na ma say share you na o mai mu. Oh, ye mranti esiso no. Most e bi am go school. E ti no so ne e di twia ho kakakra. And I said that no, I mean, said me tell me, a drama no I am just me die. What am I trying to say? A team me hand me a bobla, Penses Kenya and a Kahania. I am a Giamma from Modia Association, near Tia, Massa. Unkabi my near Jumaye. I may be also no how baby said Maui, Tiam Lamay. And said me a bear, Sabacano. And yes, I am Robin, dear Massa, a bet.
Hey, 2 years my time, Robin Abe, you. And yeah, Marano on the BD. Japan, I'm watching.
You have a good morning. I'm boom to say.
Yeah, me and you, if I'm free.
But you may feel Abeswan.
Abeswan, me too.
You better must need my perm with you. Now, she say, and if we no more, I know what you want. That's what for the woman so many idea, the name. Woman to what no money, my son say, I'm at the say, we will go through so by age, mana. Be we to meet me to no more Bogan and need to near Agadi. A month to what name. Woman near Juma. His answer, yes, almost there's a call, said now, can call Boazia, almost 2 pounds. You should compare to no one near pure to be no more. The name is such as a Ubinian super be economy. The better must be your family, and after so Yamin or buy a meal on kind of great actor, on go straight to the issues. And a propaganda not Dawson. A chair winner. Bye bye.
And as a priest, good morning.
Come on, what book is that?
Yahu, honorable Elubu, me and you.
Come on, more about to find it in my dear with him, my Ghana. Mamma, tell me, brother, Yamin, Nakupo, one shop, and the church, the more bit him. But I may bomb my Samuta, what are some you are deputy minister, the Yami Kaya, Kevin Prince, what and one, because the Bob President about so come on, wouldn't say Ghana on. You can too much. I deal with you, Yana and Bete, any film. Why share the Kevin Prince, what's the pay or my Ghana? I almost said, bueno, because I don't know why you're not just over my Ghana. Only me and you, and no. The conference about Kusana about what the Bama Ghana, and no buy and no say, and for so say or Ghana, or be to do, and what I said, yes, a boss, on Fino, and I can say, and what you say, Ghana, as a buy, we are the back of my was over Gina woman. President Mahama, the Daruma, the new and President Mahama didn't know too, and was sick, Calvin, Bravo Boma Ghana, and not President Mahama, Kakaba, make a boy and come Boma Ghana, because, but no one, as you said, corruption, Dimafua, you
cannot prove corruption, Pacho. My station is absorbed from that comment. Why? You can't be. You know how many are watching? Yeah, sure you know. Kaba, please tell Yami to tell the transport minister, in fact, transport minister on your coin, roads and highways for an to tell the transport minister to repair the Tema Beach Road, especially from the Nungwa police barrier to Tema Community 3. Sammy from Tishi was a chance of Krasi. Krasi for a they don't deserve it. I don't know what seven. Kaba, what Hanso is saying is true. They took 2,000 from us and they gave us no receipt. Hey, sir. Kaba, please, I don't understand my dear MP very well, because in between around the secondary school there are no electric poles by the roadside. Okay, and on the brain. Baba, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Me who you now, sir?
Boko me who ya? Me chia honorable Yamin.
What you also Kasa?
Okay, the whole of Upper East. Yeah, proud name Mr. Yamin. Papa. Obetina radio. Adom Tisa. The whole municipality now, Obia Obonese, he's doing well. We thank God for his life. You see, this morning, well, my young MPP, the more, just because was in Yachum, that's the first word I've realized in the MPP. And then a tier is in MPP. Honorable MPP, no, what I told President Akufado, what I said, General Sankoya, who said that was a judgment, no, when we are caught, no chance at Sankoya. But look at Sankoya for the end. But President Mama got Sankoya or no better, and also a judgment, no, why is the MPP not condemning President Mama? Some of us, Sankoya was here. And that's okay, when your president, when your judges, why are you saying that Sankoya? You come, it can go the other way. So the MPP then Yachum and to a young I said,
yeah, that's it. Kwame, good morning. Okay, MC Asher Kwame. Kaba Hesse John and Akumia proclaim categorically that victory is for the MPP. Why the double standards ni in Accra and or the brain. Sadat, good morning.
Good morning. Kala.
Me pacho jum TV no my right.
Kala.
Jum TV no my ni enkasa phone so why?
Yo malo no why Kala.
Kasa. Infa na afrefi.
Mpacho me kase free Western region wa se kropon.
Kasa.
Kala, mpacho every before there ya mi kan there no kure. Ya twom ne there o moso. Because it's a wutie isi NDC lawyer no they no can obusa cross examination na no obusa no. You see, me so much na ere asa. Na de omo nipa ebusa na so no repeat ni diri say question na dia e no de that is opeso nya fact no. Na you hu say question ba ko no. Why dey obusa no claim dey no you say a difference na any different. Na de na NDC time de NDC lawyer ni busa question true na de say me so much na asa.
Yo. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, only offer for be chat or am watching.
Yeah.
Hey, what's it yeah? What's it yeah?
Me favorite body. Me favorite body. Me wa ka sem bia fa. What you want them?
Yeah, it's yawa. It's yawa.
Omo ho no no. The professional player ko share professional player na ye say omo nyina omo ye professional player kintina agindi wom. Na we local player no do ko share World Cup na say or work ko share professional player krawa.
Sa Kevin Prince Boateng say me dem one personal opinion. E dey nyahwe ye fancy me da say da say o say kaba akoso mbotu Jakiti road enyenyenye ka kire Kofi Samia so me Mali from Agina and ma kan ho asem da bia me ka kaba greet Yami from NDC PR Ejira Justice Akono Boache and also watch out abusa for fancy Yami one comment bi a di bi chat o yenkwai the time waso
kaba me makawe na wuni ha but me sure say honorable nkase me rule case no already but obi a wo tie bia me say court case we I just say wa hwe Jack Chan ne film so so Jack Chan wotimi kwa na abono anu asa ba be training say anu anya hode no de akọ because we Jack and Achilles no so ye den oh court cases anete obi o hwe bi onye so o hwe movie o court suruba from Jack will win
and so ye bromo de
me say o court suruba you see and
my helpful me o Jack ni yakuni pe o
oh there be yankuno
me say my helpful me Jack
like be nyom back was live in the movies sana court case nete
I was a boy fancy oje obi ara ye go the time waso
yo akaba mo de ni America no say judges no ye nyai
no monyo modjuma
at the end of the day me sure say end of June July is later September what the omo decision beba na decision ne bana sa anko ama president Mahama on kasantinity fu no wonti fem boko na asumdwe mra na adon so anko ama no ono so ebejai ntokwa no ana manso no na ye nyina asoman no etimi akoyanim enti ade no de enipa ba ko na be president na say declaration ni bana sentiasi eniwa entiasi eniwa Supreme Court no
review
in the betimi aye review ni wia like say bibia sa
ye so asa on video so my hope say we're able to bring the issues
back about next time my MP for now one so no one come on the NB because bebre
MP for me
one text we no ha no bebre ba was what test ya
me no me no te ha one say
mama you
also send me text
almost send text
message mama 476 text message. Certainly, it is not possible to read all of them. And you have for the text message. 475 text
messages. You don't have a case, you are reluctant to call.
Oh, but I say,
also 400.
What kind in favor of
a program to be boring. All right, I'm sorry for emphasis. Kofi Sayami, a member of parliament in the Isojaman constituency, and Joseph Yami, a deputy minister, youth and sports. Yet they see na yɛde multi TV buy and win promotion draw no yɛde bro Cecilia na car yɛde bɛkyɛ television fridges, air conditioners, home theaters, microwaves, wax prints, digiboxes in Yaka. In some, you have about 40 awards or your friend is saying prizes to give out. Free only because you bought multi-TV digibox. It's answer you so ye papa. Enti medan home nearby na ye de buy and win promotion area bro.